How was practice today, Mike?
Okay, nothing great. I think guys are excited about Saturday's game, Sunday's game. I think they got some confidence from that, but we not necessarily able to get 10, 11, 12 competitive people out there, so it makes it hard in practice a little bit.
Just on the side here, anything with Kretlow changing? Do you expect at some point in a week or 2 or 3 to see if you can?
He's going to meet with the doctor again this week. It's been 4 weeks since he kind of had the thing, and so
The UCLA game, right?
yeah. So, in order for the bone to grow, that's a reasonable length of time to be feeling like there's something might have happened positive with the bone growth. The thing you don't want to have happen is, one, he hasn't practiced practically all year. I bet you he's practiced 5 times all year. So trying to integrate him back in would be difficult anyway, but you also don't want to run the risk, if there is any, and I don't even know that there is, of having it be chronic. So you got to make sure he's ready mentally and the doctor's positive that it's ready to go.
So unless something bad would happen, under the worst circumstance, you'd still have him presumably healthy next year.
Oh yeah, well it's just the bone's just got to grow. It's just got to heal. It's just got to fill in the gap and get strong new bone in there. So it's not. He's got a screw in there to support the bone, but he's just got to get some bone growth on there to make sure it can support the load.
Like whenever a team scores a big emotional win like he had on Sunday, the talk is that it can or should or maybe you should carry over or provide momentum for the team going forward. What's been your experience with games like that? Does it necessarily follow that your team will play?
I kind of asked him. I said, "Well, so people are saying you've turned the corner." Have we turned the corner? The corner is when, Allen and Justin go for 36 points and a half. I'll take my chances with that anytime. They shot the ball very well. I thought generally speaking, our effort was good defensively, although we were in a zone, so that it was a different kind of defensive effort. At least against Arizona, but we did lose on Thursday to Arizona State, keep in mind. Yeah. So, I think when we focus and don't make a lot of mental mistakes, and if we shoot the ball, that combination of things, I think we can be a pretty good team. Obviously, if we don't shoot the ball, it puts a real premium on defending and all the little things, and if we don't do that, then we're not in great shape.
With your manpower situation, there's no margin for error. You lined up a whole bunch of stuff that all has to happen for you to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'd said, obviously, I don't know that you anticipate Justin and Al having that kind of a half, but I did say that what would really help us is for Brandon Smith to go 3 for 4, for Robert Thurman to go 3 for 4, for, in this case, Bach came in and made 6 points in a short period of time. Some other people chipping in with at least offensively something, or Brandon come in and get 7 assists, or something other than just the 2 guys, or so that would make a big difference for us, get us another place to go, give us a little more confidence. But I think we have to defend to be successful. I really do think that.
What's your impressions these days of UCLA? You just had them a month ago. Are they better? Same?
Shabazz had not been back with them all that long the last time. They've got a lot of freshmen playing a lot of minutes, so that obviously is something that any coach knows. You're going to deal with some ups and downs with that. But their talent level is very, very good. So we know that. They're probably playing 7 guys, really. Parker's not playing a whole lot of minutes. So they're really playing 7 guys, and with Powell off the bench at the guard position and the other Ware at the big position.
So that's good for you, right? They don't have more depth than you, like some teams.
Yeah, it's it is what it is. I mean, it means you got to guard Shabazz Muhammad for 40 minutes. You know.
So if they had more depth, maybe they're only playing 33.
There you go.
Who might that fall to? That Allen, is that
Uh,
logical, or?
well, Justin guarded him some last time. We didn't have Brandon last time, so our rotations, I think, at the guard were limited. At least now we can rotate people and move people around. I don't know. We'll see.
That's your zone team now, right?
No. UCLA's a hard team to zone because Anderson is such a good passer. He's a little bit like Vucevic was at UCLA. You know, you get him in that high post area. He's 6'9". It's hard to keep him from getting the ball, and when he does get it, he's just an awfully good passer. That's a hard place to have the ball, and so they're a hard team to zone that way.
When you're playing a zone against a team like Arizona that leads your conference in three-point percentage, you know you're going to give up something there potentially. Did you just figure you could sort of mess them up in the interior?
Arizona?
Uh-huh.
No, it was they just weren't very comfortable with it, you know. So, I mean, a lot of teams play a 2-3 zone. Ours is not a 2-3 zone, so it's a little different that way.
1-2-2.
Yeah, it's basically a 3-2, 1-2-2. And Allen's size at the top helped us, but it was just we weren't having to guard cutters and ball screens and post-ups and stuff like that, which one takes a lot more energy, I think, sometimes when you, for Allen, having to guard a Solomon Hill, that it just seemed like even though we were working hard in it, we didn't have to run around. So, you know, if they'd have solved it, I mean, if they'd have bang, 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 you know, we probably would have gotten out of it, but it never seemed to get any consistent momentum. Never seemed to be any one thing that they were doing that was not guardable for us. So we stayed in
They
it.
shot like 34% inside the three-point arc for the game, so they weren't having much success getting anything except for.
Well, they took Tarzewski out, you know, and they played Jarrett a little bit more than they have. And he hit 1-3 from the corner. Brandon Ashley hurt us with his activity at 6'9", you know, in against his zone. But again, I didn't think there was anything consistent that they were doing that was like, oh man, they got this thing solved. So we just stayed in it.
How do you got 7 conference games left, and you have 5 of them at home, so that's a good thing for you.
Well, it hasn't proven to be. We've lost 4 home games. I mean, if you were undefeated at home and just really, really beating people, you'd say, wow, this is, you know, but we haven't proven that home court has been enough of an advantage for us. I hope that it proves to be not to be the case, but we're going to have to, there should be an advantage to being at home with 5 of the last 7 at home.
You need it to be at this point, right?
We do need it to be.
And what kind of environment would you like to see, or do you anticipate on Thursday?
Well, 6 o'clock game is going to be difficult for people. You know, if for those that would commute to a game, it's going to be difficult with work, traffic, and so forth. It makes it a little bit harder on a 6 o'clock weekday game. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I mean, it is UCLA, and typically that's been for Cal, it's been a great rivalry, I would think. So hopefully people come out and be interested in it. I mean, they've got a real good record, and they've got some guys that people have heard about. So anybody that likes basketball, I would think, would be interested in it.